I'm deeply grateful of the fact that you're listening to the Reciprocity Project. And that's all I really want to say is that this journey of building a platform, building something that we can, my ultimate goal is to create a platform where I create a non-rejectable research paper, right? So you have a system that essentially does all of the checks and balances to get it so that you can create a research paper from nothing, anybody at any skill level that can actually create something, and it's going to be fun and exciting and interesting, and essentially take a lot of what we actually do in the academic research arena and make it fun, make it such as something that you actually want to do it. But doing this is such a lonely journey where I'm very much a natural introvert, right? Like that's who I am, and I really struggle with talking. But having a audience, having people, even if it's just a really small audience like yourselves, that are following along, that understand, what I am doing, that is part of the journey. I think I am immensely grateful for having you that's here. And, I probably may not be able to do this, right? But at least I got up and I tried, and I showed you how you might try with somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, that has limited abilities, all these kind of things. But I know that there are other people that can possibly pick it up, the journey, right? And I know that it's very difficult. And it's even more difficult if nobody's actually paying attention, nobody's actually there. But if I know that you are listening, and I don't know who you are, but, if there's somebody that's listening, I can kind of appreciate it. And I appreciate it no matter where you are around the world. One thing that I would get, if it's possible, make sure that you do share this with other people. Let other people know what I'm trying to do. Where, just bring them along on the journey so they could see what it's really like to do something like this, where you're kind of a nobody. I grew up in the middle of nowhere, right? And like there's no resources that are available, and yet I'm gonna stick my neck out and try to do this repeatedly. The challenge is knowing that you are a nobody, right? And that's okay. That's like the more that I've done this, the more I realize that is actually a darn good thing, to get up and just do it regardless, right? Of trying to make some sort of dent, and knowing that that it might not happen, but you do it anyways. And so you seeing this, I think, is more, or hearing this, I guess, is more important to me than any of it, because I want you to know that, I tried, right? Like I saw a problem and I tried to address it, and whether it actually succeeds or not, that doesn't matter. What matters is that I actually executed on it, and I actually tried to do something. So hopefully my goal is that you get inspired to do something else in your life that is scary and you don't want to do it, and all the sort of feelings that you get, that we all get, unless you're kind of abnormal, right? We all feel like other people laughing at you and all these kind of things, but you just get up and you do it anyways, because it's actually important. And that's why I'm deeply grateful for you to follow along, so you can see this. You're part of my journey. I wish that, I wish that this would be further along. I wish that it had a larger impact and all of that kind of stuff. But, that's frankly not the journey. And so if I could just simply get you to, be grateful for yourself, be grateful for the world around you, be grateful for the fact that you could do something similar no matter where you are. And I deeply believe that, right? I think like the the often the sort of desperation that we feel is kind of made up in our head, and we just have to simply reverse that. We just have to start. No matter where you are, you just kind of start doing it and seeing what happens. I guess what I'm trying to say is to not be afraid of doing things simply because that they're scary, or that you haven't done it before, or that you might feel like you can't do it, and it doesn't matter where you are and who you are. You simply have to just get out there and do it. And I think that's why I'm actually grateful, is that there's somebody someplace that is listening to this, and somehow it's resonating with them, and they sort of believe that they can actually do something in their life that is scary, and that ultimately can lead in a complete disaster and never turn into anything. I think that that is a good story to tell. And I think so many of us are afraid of doing something because something might happen, whatever that something is, and we envision it's going to be all really negative consequences. Most of the time, nothing ever happens as a result, but it prevents us from actually doing something that is important or good or that has value in our life. I just encourage you to do that, to start doing something, start exploring how you can feel better. And there's many ways. I don't want to list all of those things that you can do, but there's a lot of different things that you can do, but you have to start doing it, and you have to actually do it yourself. I can't do that for you. So thanks for following along. Thanks for being part of my life, even though that I probably don't know who you are. All of this is scary, and I don't know what I'm doing, but I do it anyways. I get going and I do it. Hopefully you figure that out as well in your life. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.